Just making sure all the audio stuff is set up, guys, before I go, and make sure the camera's set up before I roll over there. All right, let's get rolling into this. We have a full case of Platinum Anniversary. I'll grab them right now. I'm definitely not going to have, with all the color that's in the box, definitely not going to have enough 55 points. Hold on. I'm dropping off like Topps Chrome break 11 through 17 and all the football breaks tomorrow morning. I was actually bagging them up while we were waiting for this to fill for shipping to then put the labels on them. So all that stuff will be out, and then I'm gonna get the rest of the Topps Chrome breaks out hopefully by Thursday. Maybe a little bit sooner. Depends on how much I can get done tomorrow and Tuesday. The goal's Wednesday, but I don't know if I'm going to meet it or not, because this last week I thought I would be all the way caught up from the immediate rush, and I was not, because my daughter had RSV, which if no one's familiar with what RSV is, it's a respiratory infection. Really bad in infants and old people. They get it. If like me or you or anybody that's healthy gets it, it's really not that big of a deal. For adults, it's just like a minor, very minor virus. But for kids, they can actually like stop breathing at night and pass away. So that was a fun week or so with my daughter not sleeping at all, and then she couldn't go to daycare because she had a fever. So I had to stay home and play daddy daycare. My wife had conferences or whatever else for most of the days, and then like whenever she was finally off from the conferences, she's a teacher, so she had to go to like some, I don't know, whatever the hell bullshit they do in the summertime when it comes to conferences, like a couple weeks before school starts out here in Maryland. She's not a teacher. She's an SLP. I shouldn't say she's a teacher. She works in the school system, so. SLP is a speech language pathologist for anybody that doesn't know. So she's like a speech therapist, deals with a lot of autistic kids, helping them learn how to speak, use speaking devices and whatnot, but because she couldn't stay home, and then the one day that she could have stayed home, or the one day she did stay home, she had to watch Lily because I had to go take the dogs to the vet. And then on Friday, my boss made me go into DISA, into the secure building where I can't even have my cell phone, so it was just an overall shitty week last week. But shipping will get caught up before the end of the week, 100%, but I would say it's probably like 2 or 3 breaks behind what it normally is, so I apologize for anything like that. I apologize for most of you guys not nagging me every 3 minutes about the shipping. Trust me, you have your cards here. I understand the whole thing with Dennis. I'm gonna let you know right now. I know what happened with Dennis's cards, is and they were bagged in Dennis's name. I sent them the wrong person by accident in somebody's box. And if someone keeps them, someone keeps them. It is what it is, but it's just a shitty situation. So I apologize for messing up there. Because after that, that's when people started just hammering me with messages like, "Oh, I didn't get this card. I didn't get that card yet." Probably means it wasn't shipped to you yet. We have Project 2020. Ben Baller did the card. When I rub on the boxes, these are good luck charm around here. Let's get rolling into this break. First box here, 1 autograph per box. Seems like every single box has 3 or 4 color. I jokingly put that I buy Wander Franco at 20% comps on the baseball group. I mean, people have Wander Franco and want to move them for 50% or whatever, or worried about the allegations. I would actually probably buy it depending on what the cards are. I don't think, I mean, maybe I'll be wrong and maybe I'll eat my words. I personally don't think, based on what the information I know and the people that I know in the baseball world, which isn't a ton, but I do know a few. Apparently, the girl is much older than 14. But we'll see what comes of that. I understand a lot of the panic in the hobby today with the Wander Franco stuff. If you have a lot invested in Franco, I wouldn't panic sell though. I have some higher end Franco stuff that I'm not like worried about. I think he'll be fine. It's a very common practice for people to try to extort others in the Dominican Republic. It's not uncommon. You see it a lot with Haitians will try to extort people too, cut across the border and try to extort people for different things. So it's not an uncommon practice in the Dominican Republic. And I know at the very least he's being extorted, whether or not what he did was illegal or wrong or whatever else. Guess we won't know till we get more evidence. I do know he was scheduled arrest day today, though. That had nothing to do with why he was sitting out. If anyone's curious about that, they announced they were bringing Basebe up probably a week ago. There was rumors of it that he was coming up at some point in time, and he was going to play shortstop, and Wander was going to sit out on a scheduled arrest day. So, but how's everybody's weekend? I know it's a little bit later on a Sunday. Sure, the California guys will pop in here, but in general, you guys having a good weekend, not having a good weekend. We have Andrew Benintendi to start us off. Adam Wainwright, Garrett Cole, Jose Altuve, Randy Arozarena, Soler, Javier Baez, Sheffield, Starling Marte, Reigns, Francisco Lindor, Belevin, Grisham on the X Factor, Earl Weaver, MJ Melendez, Tyler O'Neill, Billy Martin, Kirby Puckett, and Freddie Freeman. We're going to have Akil Baddoo, 45 out of 75, Yadier Molina on the Rose Gold Mini Diamond, starting off the color early. Going to the Cardinals. And Blake Beneke. Noah Syndergaard, Tyler Gilbert, Vlade, Alonso, Cal Raleigh, Trevor Story, Peralta, Zach Short, Trevor Rogers, Snyder, Carlton Fisk, Jake Berger, Mark Kay. We have Marcos Dieplan, Derek Lee, Josh Lowe for the Rays. On the Gold Wave, that's going to be a 43 out of 50. It's going to Levy, Tony La Russa, and Aguilar. Mike Yastrzemski, Frank Thomas, Julio Rodriguez, McCutchen, Billy Williams, Seager, Rivera. We have Ruiz, Ramirez, Judge, Ian Happ, Thurman Munson. Have Connor Falefa, a 21 out of 100, Tyler Gilbert for the Diamondbacks. Let's go into Aaron. Dalton Varsho, Siri, Jack Lopez, Adolis Garcia. Having a great year. This is going to the Rangers. And Aaron. He's playing way above what his standard had been. We're going to have Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Dylan Carlson, Trevor Hoffman, Hoyt Wilhelm on the Yellow Ray Wave. That'll be a 189 out of 250. Going to the White Sox and Mike McGarity. Jaron Duran, Hoyt Wilhelm, Ordonez, Kevin Smith, Cooper Hummel, Delgado, Goose Gossage, Max Scherzer, Stanton, Dale Murphy. I have Teoscar Hernandez, Jackson Reitz on the 143 out of 150. Going to the Brewers on the Sparkle. Have red, Charlie Blackmon, Pujols, Beltre, Chapman, Juan Adon. We have Semien, Carlos Santana, Myers, Willie Adames, Glenn Otto, Perez, Bogarts, Kiner, Yastrzemski. We have Alex Bregman on the red Atomic. It's going to be out of 100. Going to the Astros and Noah. 35 out of 100. Ernie Clement, Kyle Hendricks, Buster Posey, Ortega, and Viola with Jackie Robinson wrapping us up. Let me get... First off, let me shift all these guys over a little bit. We'll go this way on the front line. But let me go get a container to put these cards in. See, we got a talkative bunch tonight. That is box number 1 down. I'm gonna get Trent Grisham in the top loader on the X-Fractor. Talked about. Man, Grisham never really panned out as a decent hitter, huh? Into box number 2. Trevor Hoffman, Hoy Park. One of the Pittsburgh Pirates out of 25. 15 out of 25. Nice orange. Going to Levy. Brian Anderson, Robbie Grossman, Ordonez, Rodriguez, Stott, Flaherty, Wong, Castro, Hernandez, Yogi Berra, Hans Kraus, Jose Siri on the X-Fractor, Spencer Torkelson, Keith Hernandez, Tyler O'Neill, Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker is going to be a 71 out of 100 going to the Astros and Noah. Josh Bell and Lou Brock. Badu, Mackenzie Gore, Stan Musial, Jazz Chisholm, Drysdale, Ozzie Albies, Gosman. We got Castro, Velade. We have a nice autograph for the Marlins, Brian De La Cruz. It's going to go to Blake. The Marlins autograph. I mean, whether or not he was with the girl, I mean, I don't know if he's with, I just don't know how old the girl was. I mean, if it's actually a relationship, Packy, Naughton, Carlton Fisk, we have, but I'm willing to take a chance of it not being real if people want to sell me the cards at 20%. I mean, Wander Franco, if he didn't do anything wrong, his cards are worth a lot of money. We have Trey Turner, Elder, Derek Lee. I personally don't think that even if he did do something that it's going to blow back on him necessarily as bad as people think. We got Will Smith, AJ Alexi, Corey Seager, Stallings, Correa, Hank Aaron, Juan Marichal, Yastrzemski, Brian Miller, David Cohn, and Liam Hendricks. We have Jose Ramirez, Joe Morgan, 133 out of 150. I mean, if he did it, I don't condone it for sure, but I also don't. Here's the thing: there's so many extortion issues in the Dominican Republic. Joe Morgan here for the Reds on the Sparkle. Yes, De La Cruz. You have a De La Cruz autograph. We have Cepeda. After Cepeda is going to be Bo Jackson. I have Zach Pop, C.J. Abrams, Burns, Pozo, Ted Williams, Acuna, Meadows, San Martin, Rojas, Springer, Alvarez, Clayton Kershaw, Matt Brash. We got Jason Hayward on the Aqua Lava with a Torrey Hunter behind him. Hayward's going to the Cubs and Levy. Juan Soto, Hunter Green, Urias, Frias, and Jose Canseco. We have Rivas, Brash, Robin Yount, Greg Maddux, John Schmaltz, Ricky Henderson, Jared Kelnick. Have Pujols, Kiner Falefa. We're going to have a 67 out of 150 on the Christian Pache. Going to the Athletics. And Kevin. Ramos, Garcia, Benintendi, Jared Walsh, Satchel Paige, Felix Hernandez, Joe Perez, Pee Wee Reese Garcia, Joe Ryan, Jack Lopez, Bagwell, Cesar Hernandez, and Connor Seabold. Put us through box number 2. My biggest issue with the Wander Franco thing is just like none of the news outlets have really covered it. Not even like a TMZ. Like obviously after the game, because the Rays addressed it, the news outlet said something. But I mean, it was trending on Twitter for like maybe that's where he found her, was Tinder, on Twitter for I don't know, 8 hours before somebody said something like. That was media, and it was really only after the Rays addressed it after the game. The guy the dude that made the tweet or that was reported is just like some random journalist in the Dominican Republic, not attached to like any news agency, like some independent journalist. So, how reliable is that source? Like, obviously, it was openly admitted by somebody else, or I don't know if that's somebody close to Wander Franco or something else, that her family pretty much said that they wanted a Mercedes and $200,000, or they were going to come out saying that he was sleeping with a 14-year-old. So Now, I don't know what the Rays do in the sense of, like, do they play him tomorrow or do they sit him tomorrow so they figure out what's going on? I would assume in the midst of a playoff race, they're going to play their shortstop. I mean, he's an integral part of the team, so... Oh, are they on the road? They have Andre Dawson. For the Orioles, we got a Jim Palmer going to Manny Manny. So, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I guess, like I said, the Rays don't want to be in the middle of it if he did do it, so puts them in a rock and a hard place. Zach Wheeler, Stephen Kwan, Will Clark, another Jim Palmer on the green. It's going to be a 77 out of 99. Willie Mays, Abreu, Lewis, Connor Wong, Chapman, Shohei Ohtani, Lopez, Keith Hernandez, Bender, Byron Buxton, Clase, Smith, and Hader. Cal Ripken Jr., Devers. We're going to have a 49 out of 100. Luis Frias going to the Diamondbacks. And Aaron. Votto, Don Mattingly, Veerling, Dontrelle Willis, De La Cruz, Machado, Maeda, Willis, Renteria, Aparicio, Jenkins, and Carson Kelly. Alec Thomas, Bunning, C.J. Abrams for the Padres. Johnny Bench behind him. On the gold wave. $15 out of 50. I mean, everything just seemed very, I don't know, unreliable. Definitely source-wise unreliable. But then, like, Ichiro, Hayes, Vidal Brujan, Winker, Marcos Diplan, Piazza, Slaughter, Simmons, Castro, Suter, Hans Kraus, Donaldson, and Aguilar. But then, like, that happens on the same day they're having the promo that's been announced for, like, 2 months. I just feel like, overall, if you're going to extort somebody, you're going to try to make it be big news, like, that would be the day to do it. It's just, overall, just seems very construed. Mazika, 3 out of 250 on a Nick Castellanos, one of the Phillies. And like I said, I could be wrong, and he did absolutely 100% did it and should be punished accordingly. But there's too many. Right now, there's just too many coincidences, and the fact that he's definitely 100%. There's more than one person that admits he's being extorted. So we have Zerpa, Bernie Williams, Wright, Lazorda, Newhouser, George Brett, Hoskins, Eckersley, Pache, Lowry, Gaylord Perry, Wisdom, Clemente, Arias, Haniger, Cabrian Hayes, one of the Pirates on the green wave. 16 out of 99. So I don't think anyone's denying that the relationship between him and that girl exists. I think there has been a rebuttal that the girl is well over 14 years old and she's over 18 years old, is what the last I heard whenever I was reading about it. We have Chris Sale, Riley Adams, McMahon, Ambergy, Barrios, Alexander Wells, Perez, Barry Larkin, Walker Buehler, Swanson, Cruz, Rick Farrell, Tom Seaver, Jeff McNeil, Robert. 14 out of 25, Anthony Rizzo to the Yankees. It's going to Allen on the orange wave. Or at least that there's text messages, or that the family had said that she's over 18. Which I don't know if like how entrapment and all that stuff works either. We have Alkaline, Ruiz, Lothar, Sanchez, Adele, Feller, Mountcastle, Woodruff, Allen, and Thurman Munson for box number 3. All I know is that in the Dominican Republic, like, none of the birth certificates are accurate or don't exist or whatever else. Because isn't that what I mean? There's a lot of kids that come up that are older than what they are, or that they were a lot of scouts were finding that out like a decade ago, right? So I don't even know what people want him to do if that was the case. If she lied about her age and her birth certificate says that she's over 18. This is the 4th hobby box. There's 12 total. Which means there'd be 8 total hobby boxes left. Well, 9. Well, my big issue too is like when I was stationed in Portugal, they had a Dodge school, and like I was 22 when I was over there, 21, 22. And no matter how old the students are in the Dodge, so a Dodge school is just a Department of Defense school, right? So no matter how old the men or women in there, you're not allowed to like have a relationship with them. You've not missed any twins. You're not allowed to have a relationship with them no matter what. They could be 19 or 20, got held back 2 years. They could be old. Like you could be 18 in the military, and they could be 18, and you're not allowed to have a relationship with them. It's just one of the rules, right? But some of the seniors that were like 18 or 19 years old, like you would think they were in their 20s, based off of just the way they dressed when they went out to like the clubs and the bar. Because in Portugal, you can be like 12 and be in the bar. I remember they would have like some festivals they had a huge festival every year, but there was like a couple like smaller festivals. There'd be like, I just remember sitting at the bar the one time, just bullshit with my buddy that was a cable dog. So like he would run all like the big lines in the ground for like internet. And there'd just be like two 15-year-old boys like sitting next to us. Like they couldn't be any older than like 15. Like that might even been pushing it. Just ordering shots of vodka and just like pounding shots. Like just, it's a different culture in Europe. I mean, I'm sure it's definitely a different culture in the Dominican Republic too. And I've been on vacation there twice, but it doesn't make anything what he did right. But also people are like, he should be thrown in jail. I mean, he's not going to get thrown in jail in the Dominican Republic. Because the big issue with the Pirates pitcher was he was in the United States, right? Isn't that why he was getting so much trouble? I mean, I know the age of consent in the DR is 18, but Smoltz U. Darvish, 55 out of 100. But I thought Vasquez, that was the Pirates pitcher's name, right? I know he switched his name. I can't remember if it ended as Vasquez or he changed from Vasquez. But wasn't he messing with like 14-year-old girls in the United States? In Florida, we have Suzuki, Herzog, Brash, Pedroia, Marquez, Marcus Stroman, Blue, Kowar, Jim Rice, Segura, Green, Glasnow, Shane Bays, Trammell, Plummer, Jorge Soler, 23 out of 199, going to the Marlins and Blake. I mean, why don't we just bring up what you guys think is the greatest hitter of all time? Pete Rose. Wasn't he fiddling with like 15-year-olds when he was 40, like a creep? You have Dykman, Justin Morneau. I don't know, man. At 34, everybody that's under the age of like 23 looks like they're 12 years old to me. We have Boggs, Nola, Stewart, Early Wynn, Madrigal, Eddie Matthews, Sano, Reggie Jackson, Bart, Dawson, Hideki Matsui, Marte, Renfroe. We got Derek Jeter for the Yankees on the green. 94 out of 99. Zanino, Sammy Long, Mike Trout, Chipper Jones. Speaking of Wander, we got Wander Franco, John Means, Posada, Rodon, Greinke, Manny Ramirez, Musgrove, Dennis Eckersley, and the X-Fractor, Fortes, and Rizzo. Teoscar Hernandez, Tucker, Brandon Lowe, Rizzuto, Henry. We have Otto Lopez, Lou Gehrig, Bregman, Ryu, McCormick, George Kirby. We have Joe Perez, Gold Wave with Colton Welker behind him. Going to the Astros and Noah. Like I said, regardless of whether or not Wander Franco did what he's being accused of, I really don't think it's going to affect his career as much as people think it is. Stevenson, Yastrzemski, Morgan, Lemon, Muncy, Nolan Ryan. I think they're going to have enough proof where even if she is 14, which she doesn't look 14 to me. She looks like she's older than 14. But even if she's 14, because I know some 14-year-olds apparently can look old. Yeah, I know McCormick's a rookie. I was going to say, did I put him in the wrong pile? Is that why you're saying something? If I did, I'll pull him out whenever I'm sorting it. We have Andrew Jones, Centellian, Jake McCarthy, Chris Bryant, Otto, Buster Posey, Alek Manoah, Alex Rodriguez, George Foster, Jose Miranda, 63 out of 100, Jonathan India for the Reds. If they have proof that the family is extorting Wander Franco and that they told him that she's over 18, then I don't know, was it 20? And if they told her that she was over 18 and they started dating over a year ago or whatever else, I just don't know how. I don't know how people are going to feel about it. We have Eric Davis, Willie Stargell, Ron Santo. Because people have to remember, Wander Franco just turned 22, so it's not like he's like a 35-year-old man. We have Castellanos, Bob Gibson, Molina, Andre Jackson, Lou Brock, Mark Burley, Raleigh Fingers, Schwarber. We have Mackenzie Gore for the Padres. Miguel Cabrera right there. Going to Mario. I mean, people, like I said, I was trying. This is a $2.99 out of $1.99. Like I said, I put that post up because I would buy Wander Franco if the price was right. Like I mean, I take the chance on it. I'm not going to pay full price for it because right now it could be worthless. Rojas and Reitz. We have Bryson Stott going to Mike McGarity on the Aqua Lava. 111 out of 299. Robbie Ray and Edward Cabrera. I'm just going to pull right now. I'm going to pull Wander stuff out of my the stuff that I have at the shop that I have like set aside to grade. I'm just going to pull it out of like I need to grade this pile for right now until they figure out what everything going on with them. But just actually, I got to go send away like a shit ton of I still have to send away like 25. Ellie De La Cruz base chrome and like 7 of his sapphire base. Because even the 9s are selling for the same price as raw, so might as well see if I can get a 10 and double or 2.5 times the value. Which is still nuts to me, especially since he hasn't been that great lately. Getting into box number 5 here. Everybody just rolling in. Clearly, you spent them in the wrong breaks because I didn't get $1.2 thousand from you. Catfish Hunter, where you have Zach Short, 24 out of 99 on the blue, going to the Tigers, and Mario. Getting some closer's luck. I'll probably still put him in the back, to be honest. Zach Short's not a great player. Jose Canseco, Adon. Roger Maris, Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Well, it's good that you had some pretty good breaks. We have Red, Kelnick, Starling Marte, Musgrove, Bogarts, Willie Adames, Nick Castellanos, Bassett, Blackman, Hendricks, Albies, Andre Jackson, Chapman, Jake Myers. Got Scooball, 41 out of 75, Bernie Williams on the Rose Gold. One of the Yankees and Allen. We have Trey Turner, Packy Naughton, Seth Beer, Ambergy, AJ Alexi, Aparicio, Perez, Eduardo Rodriguez, Elder, Ichiro Winfield, Rick Farrell, David Cone, Hank Aaron. And I have Lee Smith, Ernie Banks on the green wave. That's going to be a 59 out of 99 going to the Cubs. And Levy, Mr. Cub himself, Orlando Cepeda, Pozo, Crawford, Nola, Hendricks, Clayton Kershaw, Nick Madrigal, Mike Zunino, Meadows, Burns, Dawson, Joe Perez, Jordan Alvarez, Juan Soto. No, I don't play. I don't expect to find them, Jeff, to be honest. I have never got a missent card returned to me, unless it was a twice. I've had cards sent back twice, and both times it wasn't even that I didn't even realize I sent the cards to the wrong person. Jackson Kowar, we have 30 out of 50. Jesus Aguilar. Going to the Marlins, and Blake. We have Ernie Clement, Jackie Robinson, Eckersley, Pedroia, Kiner, MJ Melendez, Vita Blue. We have Buster Posey, Tim Raines, Viola, Urshela, Glasnow, Weaver, Siri, Luke Voigt, Pablo Lopez. Going to the Marlins, and Blake. We have Lindor, Javier Baez, and Mancini. The Marlins last year in 2021 were what the Royals are this year, or the A's. Just had a huge checklist. Tucker, Cole, Varsho, Peyton Henry, Drysdale, Soler, Carlson, Ashby, George Kirby, Manning, Delgado, Moustakis, Juan Gonzalez, 33 out of 75 on the pink mini diamonds. Going to Aaron and the Rangers. Sam Martin, Greg Maddux, Cousins, Chipper Jones, Frias, Hunter, Posada. We have Wander Franco on the refractor and Robin Yount. Should be pretty well centered on that refractor too. We have Jeremy Pena going to the Astros. Yeah, no, like I said, I don't expect anybody to come clean. It is what it is. I'm more irritated because it's not like I slipped. So it'd be different if I put the card in somebody's package by accident. Someone would be like, oh, I didn't realize they weren't mine. I know for a fact what I did. I know for a fact that they were bagged up with Dennis's name on them, and somebody opened a package that said Dennis Dubiel on it. I was like, oh, I'll just keep these. Like, that's probably my bigger issue with it, is like literally you would have to be like, oh, these aren't mine, but I don't care. Like, it's still my mistake. So it is what it is. I mean, so the first 10 breaks from Topps Chrome have already been sent to people, and everybody should have already received them. So, I mean, if you haven't, like, you might live in, like, where Austin, he lives in, like, the Dakotas, but it was from break 3, so I shipped those out, like, a week and a half ago, so people have the cards already if they got them, so it is what it is. Like, that whole shipment's already been delivered, because I looked, so somebody has them, but it's whatever. We have Chris Taylor. We got another Pablo Lopez on the fuchsia. 68 out of 100. Dykman, Seaver, Kane, Bieber, Stewart, Brooks Robinson, Thompson, Jim Palmer, Morneau, Miguel, Griffin Jacks, Bobby Witt Jr., Matsui, Sano, Zach Pop, Red, 62 out of 99. Cardinals on the green wave. Going to Blake. Willie Mays. Zach Wheeler, Carlton, Carew, Chapman, Vaughn, Dewar, George Foster, Abreu, Cronenworth, Oliva, Reynolds, Hader, Bender, Frazier. Got ourselves an out of 10 Jackson Reitz. We're going to have a 3 out of 10 on the black. Going to the Brewers and Mario. Nice hit there on the out of 10. Oh. Give Zerpa, Sparky Anderson, Rogers, Jimenez, Cal Ripken, Edgar Martinez, Eli Morgan, Molitor, Pache, Newhouser, CC Sabathia, Mark McGuire, Clemente, and Rivera. Mark McGuire in the X-Fractor. We got Montero. 32 out of 250 on the Bo Jackson on the yellow Ray Wave. Going to the Royals. And Levy. We have Mike Zunino, Mullins, Banks, Derek Jeter, Marte, LeMahieu, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Jock Peterson, Greinke, Wander Franco, Dahlbeck, Betts, Fortes, Don Sutton, Yelich, Alexander Wells on the red. 7 out of 100 going to the Orioles and Manny. Manny Ramirez, Gary Carter, Juan Yepez, Jansen Junk, Gibson, Davis, Johnny Damon, Rizzuto, Mark Burley, Mueller, Lodolo, Ryan Howard, Molina, Pavin Smith, Contreras, 20 out of 40, Ricky Henderson on the gold wave. We have Jed Lowry, JBJ, and Josh Winder. Steve Garvey, Barrios, Sale, Longoria, Mike Piazza, Walker Buehler, Moreland. Craig Biggio, we have a 136 out of 150 Bobby Dahlbeck going to the Red Sox, and Matt. Nice hit there. Put him in the back. I'll put him in the front. Have Alexander Wells and Mike Messina. The second half of this case here. Box number 7. Yeah, I mean, definitely just has a big. The biggest thing with Topps Chrome Platinum is it just has a huge checklist, so just makes the print run really big, which turns off some people, I guess. Definitely, it's a pretty nice price point, though. Well, the reason I didn't get it on by release day was because I didn't even realize it was coming out because it got pushed back so much. It was supposed to come out by March. It just kept getting pushed back. So, that's what happens. We have Maeda, Reese Hoskins, Anderson, Verdugo, Renfro. We're going to have Mike Baumann going to the Orioles. Middle reliever. Going to Manny. Mike Baumann. We're going to have Connor Seabold, Bassett, Mike Trout, JBJ on the blue. One of the Red Sox, and that's going to be a 47 out of 199. Yanni Hernandez, Stott, Miranda, Kelly, Torkelson, Morris, Bruhan, Bohm, Yogi Berra, Murray, Santo, Piazza, and Stan Musial. Going to have Josh Bell, Gaylord Perry, 12 out of 50 Yogi Berra on the Gold Wave. Going to the Yankees. And Allen. You have Lou Gehrig, Lowe, Haniger, Johnny Damon, Ryu, Nootbaar, Ryan Howard, Marcus Stroman, Bregman, JD Martinez, McMahon and Rosarena, Muncy, Welker, O'Neal Cruz, Cowerkin Jr. on the 82 out of 100 on the Fuchsia. One of the Orioles. Jake McCarthy, Sean Murphy, Plummer, Correa, Ryan, Phil Nierko, Lopez, Cabrian Hayes, Ramos, Ramirez, Larkin, Paul O'Neill, Satchel Paige, and Harm Killebrew. X-Fractor going to Paul O'Neill and the Yankees. Schwarber, Alec Thomas, 215 out of 250 on the yellow Ray Wave. Kevin Gausman, Drew Ellis, Rojas, Suter, Chisholm Jr., Lucas Giolito, Sanchez, Steven Ridings, Turner, Naughton, Brash, Mountcastle, AJ Alexi, Manny Machado, Hunter Green, Pee Wee Reese, 65 out of 199 for the Dodgers. Elder, Aparicio, Smoltz, and Connor Wong. David Cohn, Hank Aaron, Ozzie Smith, Segura, Cepeda, Ichiro, Teoscar Hernandez, Lazorda, Hendricks, Dieplan, Boggs. 13 out of 250, Reggie Jackson on the yellow Ray Wave for the A's. Going to Kevin Claybo. Dolis Garcia, Gavin Sheets, Joey Bart, Dontrell Willis, Hernandez, and Luis Garcia, Lucas Giolito. Good old Luis Garcia. Into box 8. But yeah, I think you're right. They're going to have to release the 2023 a little bit earlier next year. Robin Roberts, Adolis Garcia on the green wave. It's going to be an 80 out of 99. Mariano Rivera, Jackson Reitz, Olsen, Jones, McCutchen, Stroman, Kirilloff, Jim Thome, Bichette, Ian Happ, Jared Walsh, Eduardo Rodriguez, Bellinger, Segura, Devers, Dustin Pedroia on the 105 out of 199, going to the Red Sox. Brandon Marsh, Herzog, Verling, Perez, Gonzalez, Johnson, and Bagwell. Ryan Sandberg, Konerko, Rizzuto, Fergie Jenkins, 10 out of 99, Zach Pop. Going to the Marlins. It's going to Blake. Yeah, Bedreau, McCormick, Bunning, Mariano Rivera on the red. Be an 82 out of 100. The Yankees. Mike Schmidt, Chavez, Brian Hayes, Rodriguez, Nelson Cruz, Stevenson, Wong, McCormick, Anderson, Bryant, Robert, Hans Kraus, Verlander, and Gray. We have Lothar, 17 out of 75, Mike Schmidt on the rose gold. Got TJ Friedl, George Foster, Andre Dawson, Mackenzie Gore, McGuire, Felix Hernandez, Drysdale, Devers, Martinez, O'Neill, Clark, Will Smith, Ashburn, Joe Ryan, Kyle Lewis, Brian De La Cruz on the gold wave. Going to Blake. Nice little hit there. De La Cruz is a pretty decent player. We have Grisham, Robbie Grossman, Clase, Stallings, Tatis Jr., India, and Brian Miller. Mountcastle, Grandal, Flaherty, Mazika, Abrams, Short, Keith Hernandez, Trey Mancini, 31 out of 75. Chris Taylor on the rose gold. Let's go into the Dodgers. Larry Baldwin. Got Taylor Rogers, Cal Raleigh, Ashby, Kirby, Mark K. Anthony Rizzo, Patrick Henry, Ozzie Smith, Snyder, Stargell, Molitor, Morgan, J-Rod, and Tony La Russa. That's going to be box 8. Big hand and knock that shit over. There we go. Let's get into box number 9. Chris Taylor, Drew Ellis, Martinez, Grisham, Kane, Kell, Ashburn, McNeil, Realmuto, India, Wynn, Jax, Hayward, Tatis Jr., Short, Pop, 60 out of 75, the German. Going to Austin Fishbach, Max Kepler. On the fuchsia, you have Bo Bichette and Brandon Marsh. Carlton, Riley, Bellinger, Stephen Kwan, Luke Williams, Maris, Johnson, Otani, Oliva, Rodriguez, Gonzalez, Boudreaux, Adam Frazier, George Kirby. It's going to be a 121 out of 199 on the blue. Going to Todd Baxley in his first break in the group. Welcome to the group, Todd. I appreciate you getting a break. We have Konerko, Buxton, Rogers, Lemon, Chavez, Bernie Williams, Harper, Ryan Howard, Mike Schmidt, Anderson, Contreras, Tatis Jr., Cruz, George Brett. Speak of the devil, there's Todd. Yeah, Montero. Oh, a 48 out of 100 Babe Ruth to the Red Sox on the red. Matt McKenzie. Osmani Grandal, Reggie Jackson, Ernie Banks, Curtis Terry, Bradish, Sammy Long, Rod Carew, Marshall, Detmers, Pee Wee Reese, Bobby Dewar, Whit Merrifield on the orange. The 11 out of 25 going to the Royals and Levy. Larry Doby, John Means, Dahlbeck, Yordan Alvarez on gold 5 out of 50. Going to the Astros and Noah. We have Rodon, Reitz, Yelich, Reynolds, Dick Allen, and Woodruff. We're going to have Jimenez, Catfish Hunter, Scherzer, Marcus Stroman, Yepez, Morgan, Strider, Segura, Contreras, Billy Williams, 69 out of 100 going to the Cubs. That's going to go to Levy. We have Gray, Gabriel Arias, Josh Winder, Hoy Park, Justin Verlander, McGuire, Warren Spahn, Dick Allen, TJ Friedel, Riley Adams, Craig Biggio, 46 out of 99. Do we get a bonus auto here? Kevin Smith to the A's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Doubled up. That's what I like to see. Going to Kevin Smith, former Blue Jays prospect. O'Neill and Dansby Swanson. Not really the best player to hit, but a free auto is a free auto going to Kevin Claybo. Can't argue with that. I'm going to throw an extra one in there for the boys. In the double-digit box here, box number 10. Corey Kluber. Yeah, 58 out of 199. Shane Base. Shane Bass. Either way, it's going to the Rays and Levy. Brian Anderson, Bassett, Brantley, Mountcastle, Seabold, Jack Morris, Robson, Emmanuel Clase. On the red out of 100 going to the Guardians. It's going to go to Vinny. Got Suzuki, Whitey, Ford, Ortiz, Larkin, Trammell, Lars Nootbaar, D-Train, Connor Wong, Gehrig, Lowe, Maeda, TJ Friedel, Ryu, and JD Martinez. Nathaniel Lowe, Carson Kelly, Muncy, Welker, Bruhan, Kranick, McCarthy, Nierko. Merrifield, we have another TJ Friedel going to the Reds on the autograph. And that's going to James Gustin. James was trying to help get the stuff closed last night. Was considered to take the Angels if close it up, but I think it was too late. I think people were already sleeping. Yeah, push. We got Nolan Ryan, Harm Killebrew, Feltner. Got Dave Stewart on the red going to the A's. Kevin Claybo. Be a 6 out of 100 for the A's. You got Heliot Ramos, Rodriguez, Mauer, Piazza, Page, Gavin Sheets, Sutter, Tom Seaver, Adolis Garcia, Verdugo, Scott Rowland, Sanchez, Cesar Hernandez, and Luis Garcia. Connor Wong, Giolito, Hernandez, Stott, Helsley, Smith, Torkelson. We have Eddie Murray, Mazarowski, John Schmaltz, 91 out of 99. We have Yogi Berra, Drew Ellis, Moises Alou, Lazorda, Musial, Bell, Hoskins, Teoscar Hernandez, Gosman, Giolito, and Nolan Arenado. Got Patrick Wisdom, Jazz Chisholm, Manny Machado, Babe Ruth. We have a 66 out of 299, David Peralta. Going to the Diamondbacks and Aaron Hirschberger. We have Alex Bregman, Sean Murphy, Tom Glavine, 19 out of 50. Jackson Reitz on the True Gold. It's the third Reitz here going to Mario. The Brewers is Mario, yes. Part of the closing teams, I believe. Another Jackson Reitz. We have Robbie Ray Cabrera, Strasburg, Arozarena, Marquez, and Jacob deGrom. Got Carlos Correa, Vierling, Jim Rice, Bill Buckner, Gavin Lux, Otto, Boz, and Edward Cabrera. Into box number 11. On the home stretch here. right, we got Brantley, Correa, Irving, MJ Melendez, Hesley, Rodolfo Castro. It's going to be the Fuchsia. Going to the Pirates. 34 out of 100. Mundesi, Siri, Mazerovsky, Otto, Alec, Bohm, Bauman, Barry Larkin, Tony Perez, Horner, Javier Baez, Merrifield, Trevor Hoffman. Be a 135 out of 199. I have Al Lopez, and Feltner. Mookie Betts, Montez, Pozo, Junk, Willie Stargell, Ridings, Kershaw, Garvey, Damon, Tony Gwynn, Phil Rizzuto, Strasburg, Longoria, Matthew, Harold Baines, Gavin Lux, Benintendi on the yellow Ray Wave, 13 out of 250. We have Slaughter, McCormick, and Robson. Got Shane Bieber, Kepner, Foster, Thompson, Doby, Torres, Rendon, Bobby Witt Jr., Wong, Mateo, and Felix Hernandez. Colton Wong got cut this year. Bummer. DFA'd by the Mariners. What a bum. Also going to the Brewers and Mario. Got Corey Kluber, Ryan Howard, Clemens, Maddox, Rosarena, Dawson, Jim Tomei, Gray, Moises Alou, Dontrell Willis, Gooden, Dylan Carlson, Ortiz. We have Austin Wells, Alexander Wells for the Orioles on the green wave. We have Fox, Joe Ryan, and Babe Ruth. We have Derek Jeter, Thompson, Sandberg, Guerrero Jr., Mundesi, Palmer, Grossman, Lowe. I have Jock Peterson, Stephen Kwan on the autograph, going to the Guardians, and Vinny. Nice auto there for Vinny. Bo Jackson, Scott Rowland. I have Lars Nootbaar for the Cardinals, gold wave, 12 out of 50. Going to Blake. We have Kranick, Soto, Mauer, Johnny Damon, Hernandez, Sanders, Lodolo. 6 out of 99, Josh Winder. Winder. I don't know if it's Winder or Winder. Maybe Austin can tell me. We have Ronald Acuna Jr., Royce Lewis, Glavin, Sabathia, Santillan, and Herzog. Into the last box here, boys. Some last box magic, maybe a big boy like a J-Rod or Franco or Bobby Witt autograph. That'd be pretty dope. The real question is, do I try to get more of this stuff tomorrow, or do I just let it be? Like, do we want to break more Topps Chrome Platinum this coming week, or are we kind of over the product? I know this took a little bit over 24 hours of fill. Not a huge deal to me. It's really up to you guys, though. This was my last case that I have. I have Carl Yastrzemski. We got Jim Palmer on the gold. We get 25 out of 50. Nico Horner, Dylan Carlson, Buster Posey, Williams, Bauman, Carlos Delgado, Judge, Brian, Stuart Fairchild, Gooden, Austin Riley, Carlson, Ken Griffey Jr., Dale Murphy, Kiner Falefa, 39 out of 100, Steve Carlton. You know what's not cheap? Joining the Honey Pot Guys breaks, a.k.a. Jesse Bittman. That's not a cheap endeavor. Still can't believe this man's running blaster cases for like $1,000 profit. We have Tejada, Tyler Gilbert, Benintendi, Luke Williams, Garcia Parra, Goldschmidt, Rodriguez, Robin Roberts, Yu Darvish, Trevor Story, Jack Lopez, Zach Short for the Tigers. Not the autograph we want. But the Tigers doubling up on some Zach Short, going to Mario with the closer's luck. Casey Mize and J.P. Crawford. Trevor Hoffman, Jose Siri for the Astros. It's going to be a 68 out of 99. Kevin, you know the worst part is like, you're one of like 8 people that have taken screenshots of his breaks and been like, what in the fuck is this? I was going to say. Joey Votto, Josh Lowe, Ordonez, Lemon, De La Cruz, Juan Gonzalez, Bryce Harper, Sutter, Don Mattingly, Darryl Strawberry, Tyler O'Neill, Wilson Contreras, Alec Thomas, Edgar Renteria. Like, my weekends are so shot with the kids because they don't go to daycare. We got Akil Badu, 58 out of 250, Jose Altuve on the yellow Ray Wave. Because Joseph is just like... Joseph was an amazing baby. And then he hit, like, could start to walk and talk, and he's just a little bad motherfucker now. Like, love him to death, but he is just so defiant. We have Contreras, bench, Ivan Castillo, Ryan Velarde, Hoy Park, Brandon Belt, Franmil Reyes, Warren Spahn, Al Lopez, Simmons, Winker, Fisk, Kell, Donaldson, Lamont Jr., Derek Lee. We got Will Smith going to Larry Baldwin on the orange. So 19 out of 25. For the Dodgers, Rodolfo Castro, Willie McCovey, and Mike Yastrzemski. Got JT Realmuto, Joe Adell, Al Kaline, Jason Hayward, Kepler, Nick Allen, Larry Walker, Jose Ramirez, Curtis Terry, Feller, Luis Gil, Teoscar Hernandez, Jeff Bagwell, 297 out of 299 on the Aqua Lava. Going to the Astros. Got Jim Thome, Roger Clemens, Pujols, Peralta, Irving, Siri, Jake Berger, Rendon, Gray, Javier Baez, Soto, Frank Thomas, Alec Boehm, and Mondesi. To wrap us up, let's do a quick recap of the tremendous amount of hits that you get in this product. It's really just a ton of color, to be honest. Really just see this stack. Can't even stay on camera. Anyway, let's get rolling here. We got Derek Jeter on the green, the blue, Soler, Darvish on the fuchsia, Wilhelm on the yellow, Green, Hayes, Castellanos on the yellow, Kraus on the X-Fractor, Tucker on the fuchsia, Frias on the fuchsia, Green, Palmer, Red, Bregman, and Sparkle Pache. We're going to have Howard on the aqua, Morgan on the sparkle, Rose Gold Lazorda. Hopefully he's not getting punched in the face by Pedro anytime soon. I think Lazorda actually passed away. May rest in peace. But that's what I remember him as a kid, was getting punched in the face by Pedro. We have Siri for the Astros, Grisham on the X-Fractor, Carlson on the X-Fractor, Carlton on the fuchsia, the gold Palmer, Winder on the green, the gold Nootbaar, Green Wells, Wong on the X-Fractor, yellow Benintendi, Hoffman on the blue, Castro on the fuchsia, and the gold Reitz. We're going to have Peralta on the aqua, green Schmaltz, red Stewart, red Clase, Baz on the blue, Williams on the fuchsia, rose gold Gonzalez, fuchsia Lopez, Aguilar on the gold, Perez on the X-Fractor, green Banks, fuchsia Williams, Bueller on the fuchsia, and Molina on the rose gold mini diamonds. The aqua Stott, Gilbert on the fuchsia, Indy on the fuchsia, X-Fractor, Eckersley, Perez on the gold, the blue JBJ. We're going to have Rizzo on the orange, gold Henderson, Wells on the red, Jackson on the gold, McGuire on the X-Fractor, Reitz on the sparkle. We're going to have red, Schoendiest, or however you say his damn name, on the green, Lopez on the fuchsia, aqua, Bagwell, orange, Smith, Altuve on the yellow, the green, Siri, X-Fractor, Friedel, the gold, Alvarez, gold, Lowe, Babe Ruth on the red, X-Fractor, Tatis Jr. We are going to have the blue, Kirby, rose gold, Kepler, rose gold, Taylor, De La Cruz on the gold, rose gold Schmidt, X-Fractor Rodriguez, the red Rivera, blue Pedroia, green Garcia, and the yellow Reggie Jackson. Kevin, you might not hit a big autograph, but you definitely got some nice color for an inexpensive spot. We got Pee Wee Reese on the blue, Thomas on the gold, and then on the X-Fractor, Ripken Jr. on the fuchsia, and the gold Yogi Berra. Getting into the back row of non-autos, we're going to have Hoy Park, rookie card on the orange, C.J. Abrams on the gold wave, and the out of 10 Jackson Reitz. Getting into the autographs, let's say, we have Mackenzie Gore on the base autograph. Oh, my bad. On the refractor, the blue Zach Short, the base Zach Short, base Stephen Kwan, base TJ Friedel, the blue Kevin Smith, blue Zach Pop, Bauman on the base, Wander Franco on the refractor. Let's say not an autograph. We have Bobby Dahlbeck on the aqua, Brian De La Cruz on the base, Garcia on the base, Jim Palmer on the base, and the orange, Whit Merrifield. And that is going to be the break, guys. I appreciate y'all getting in it. I will see you guys tomorrow. The mixer is pretty close to being filled. I guess I'll probably post a full case of regular Topps Chrome tomorrow. Probably Hobby, maybe. But got to get some mixers filled this upcoming week. I'll see what I can do about Platinum Anniversary. If I can get it for a good price, I'll grab another case or two. Doesn't hurt. It's... yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of a rough one for the Mariners, but if I get another case, Todd, if you want the Mariners again, just let me know and I'll give you a little bit of a discount on them just starting out. So I say, new guy I mean, even older guys, if you get the team over and over again and some of the product, I'm okay always. You can ask people. As long as someone grabs them first, I can't do anything, but the break's been up for a little bit, I'm always since you're new to the group, Todd. If the break's been up for like over a day, normally I'll give a little bit of like $5 off, $10 off. Or if you grab a couple teams and it's been up for a couple hours, I'll normally do some sort of discount deal too. Just try to keep it in the DMs rather than on the post. On the post, most of the time I'm going to tell you no, because the problem is if I say yes to somebody on the post, it's everybody's different, right? Like if you're buying only $15 teams and you ask for three $15 teams for $5 a piece, like it's not that the people that take $15 teams aren't worthy of getting discounts. It's just it's one of those things. If you the more you support the group, the more I'm willing to give a discount. So like if I don't really know you in the sense, not that you try to get a discount, I'm just saying in general. If you ask on the group, I'm probably just going to tell you no. But if you ask in private, there's a chance if it's been up for a while, I'm okay giving a small discount just for future reference. But there's guys that definitely just come into group like guns ablazing, like asking for discounts, like posted it right away. I don't even know why that popped in my head. Posted right away, and the guy be like, "Can I get $30 off a team?" And I'm like, "There's actually a guy I had to kick out for that." Like the beginning of Chrome, he'd only grab the Pirates, and he would for sure like every time it'd be like the Pirates would be $45. He'd ask for it for like $35, and I'm like, bro, it just posted. Like there's like 8 other like I saw him originally from Pittsburgh, but there's a couple guys that are like big Pirates fans. They just aren't great in product this year. On top of like most of the time, there's a like Josh Webb. He'll grab like a couple big teams because he does a lot of like getting in breaks and reselling, and he'll grab the Pirates with it. So he's gonna grab the Pirates for whatever the price is, because if not, somebody else might grab them. But like the break can't pop up and you be like, I want $10 off. Like ain't goddamn goodwill. Anyway, you guys have a good night. I appreciate y'all watching the break with me. I know it was mostly the West Coast guys. It ain't that late out there, but hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow with the mixer, and I will catch y'all later. Appreciate each and every one of you as always. Talk to you later.